live. We are live. Welcome everybody back into the Proud Masculine Daily live stream for February 14th, 13th. February 13th. Let the chat fill up. We'll get this thing going. If you're coming in, make sure to smash that like coming in. What's up, Darren? In Florida, huh? Where about, Darren? I haven't been to Florida in like 2 years. I'm really wanting to go. Where about? Pensacola, Destin, West Palm, Miami, Daytona, Jacksonville, Tampa. I like Tampa. Marco. Yeah. I don't know where that is. I don't know where that is. Good. Y'all having a good time, man? Go and let the chat fill up. We'll get started. Good, man. Good. I need a vacation. Something fierce. Something bad. See, I try to trim my mustache. Well, I have jujitsu face. My beard's all jacked up. I just walked in and thank you for dropping in, man. Enjoy your vacation. Oh, Darren, are you in the Telegram group, Darren? If not, when you get off of here, go in the description and join that group so you can see the live. I put the live link in there so you get the alert. Jump in there and sign up for that Telegram. Never touch grass. You come in a different handle, huh? I see you. I recognize that all capital spelling. Thanks, Darren. Yeah, everybody, if you're just coming in, smash that like. I don't know why that's so hard to do, to hit the like button. Whenever I go in somebody's stream or even when I watch somebody's video, even if I don't like the video, I appreciate the effort it took to take the time and make the content. So I hit the like button. I think that's just proper etiquette. I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much. I don't think. Especially not the good, the valuable information you get here on the lives. I'm always giving y'all gold. So smash that like if you're coming in. Or if you're sitting there. I don't know how to do the like on mine. I guess you just hit the you close out the live, hit the like, and then get back in the live chat. Look, Darren, go into the description. You'll see a link for the Telegram group. Also, y'all, I have a membership now. So you can actually become a member of the channel, and we're going to start doing things for members only. But go in, you'll see join the Proud Masculine Live Alert Telegram group, something like that. PM Live Alert, and it's a Telegram link. Hit the link and join the group. And what I've been doing is, because my channel's been suppressed or banned, shadow banned, whatever they call it, I'll put the link for the live into the I'll put the link for the live into the Telegram. That way the notifications go off and you make sure you see me every time I go live. You'll get an alert. Some people aren't getting them, even though they're subscribed and hit the notification bell. Doing good, Grass. How you been? Doing good. Just getting home. Busy day. I don't get more likes and views. What you talking about? My viewers have gone way down. I don't know. I'm looking into it. I'm going to see what I have to do to reverse that. But there are a few things that the algorithm responds to, which is likes, activity in the comments, and super chats, and now memberships. And now I have the membership link where you can become a member of the Proud Masculine channel community, where we'll be doing upcoming live streams, and we'll do members only chats, members only streams, all, a little more of a benefit. What's up, DT? Dion, I love Jesus. Jesus loves you, my brother. Thank you so much for that. I needed to hear that today. What apt timing. Nothing's by accident in God's world, is it? Thank you for saying that. Jesus loves you too. Jesus loves all y'all. Talking about Jesus loves you. That's what I'm talking about. You can talk that all day in here. Oh, you're too good to join a group, huh, Grass? What's up, Heath? What's up, odds and evens? I see you, man. What's up? Y'all come on in. Get this thing jumping. The Telegram is just a place for me to drop these links to make sure everybody gets the alerts. And it's an opportunity for people who get along in the stream. Everybody, DT, my mod DT, what's up, brother? We don't see him that often, but he's always welcome. Good to see you, man. When I first started my Wednesday night live streams, I used to do the lives once a week, and he was my first mod. DT was. So everybody, give him a big warm welcome. Channel's grown a little bit since then. DT, my pastor? No, Jordan, I'm not. I do like to spread the word and the love of God. I like to talk about God's grace and the effect that God has had in my life for the better, giving all credit and glory to God. I do like to do that. Well, do your thing, Grass. Do your thing. Could you imagine a psst, keep it real? What you talking about? Why are you deleting that message? And so welcome in everybody. Again, you see that numbers go up and down. It's crazy. Thank you. You misspelled. I'll spell it right. What you trying to say? Spit it out. So in addition to and if you want to book me for one-on-one coaching, there's the link in there. If you want to get the keep it real, you haven't joined the Telegram group. All you got to do is go in and click the link and hit join. And that way, when I post the what's up, cool dog? Hola. So I'll put the links to the live streams in there. Hi, cool dog. Hi. I said hola, didn't I? Um, yes, keep it real. It's in the description. Yes, Matthew, I have a Bible. Jordan Heath says, sorry to interrupt you, but what's your favorite Bible verse? I can't quote it word for word, but it was something that is dear to me now. It means a lot to me. I was asked to read this Bible verse um, at my grandmother's funeral, and it's the one along the lines of, I walk through the valley, walk in the shadow of the valley of death. I feel no evil. That verse, and I'm gonna have that tattooed on me. Something that'll stick with me for life. Laying my grandmother to rest. It was an honor to get up and read it. I wish I could see her again. I miss her so much. I was thinking about her yesterday. Miss that woman. Golly. Grass says, yeah, I'm an OG. I had to create this account because my last one stopped getting all go notifications, even on other channels. I don't know. I'm sure enough people have heard enough of my story about what happened. I'm not going to go over the whole thing. It's in there. Keep it real. Are you looking through the? Are you hitting more? Are you hitting the more option? Sorry to hear that, Jordan. I had my grandma until I was 48. It was I'm a lucky man to have had that woman in my life for that long. It's a beautiful person inside and out. What's up, Mads? Glad to see you, sweetie. Look, keep it real. Go in. You'll see the description. They have a more. It'll open up. Um, it'll open up, and it'll have PM stream alert, something along those lines, with a link right underneath it. That's the link to the Telegram, and that's the group. Well, I'll put the link to the live stream in every night. Mads, I don't see you in there, Mads. What happened? Well, thank you, Jordan. I'm merely what's up, King? I'm getting distracted, huh? Well, maybe it's time to take a break and chill with the proud masculine community for a little while, brother. Clear your head and then get back on that computer. Thank you, Jordan. I'm glad to have the opportunity to have made it in life where I have, and I have had Jesus create the life for me that I could never do. It's only by the grace of God that I'm here even speaking with y'all tonight. And a lot of people don't even really know my backstory, and I don't know, Mads. Maybe send me an email, Mads, and I'll email you the link, and you can try from there. I don't know any other way to do. Do you have Telegram on your phone? Yeah, that's right. I did, Grass. I put that in the link yesterday when I said no live tonight, saying when you want to know. Um, Jordan Heath said, "Can you do a Bible verse every day on one of your shorts?" Sure, I could. Well, Mads, you got to download the Telegram app, sweetie. That's why it's not letting you join. That's a great idea, Jordan. Jordan, send me an email, please, with that same sentiment. I think that's a great idea. What's up, Lopez? How you doing, man? I'm doing fucking fantastic. Had a great day today. That's why, Mads. You gotta go. You gotta download the app. King says I finally came to the realization that I had social anxiety. That's the reason I went through a lot of stuff with not saying no and not setting boundaries, not asking more questions, etc. Well, I think we had this conversation a couple of weeks back, Quiet King. When you start searching, the answers start coming. When you start asking these questions, the universe starts sending you answers. And you start uncovering, you start peeling back the layers on this stuff. And now, now you have this awareness. Now it's time to implement something to correct course and give yourself an opportunity to really experience life to the fullest. And which really part of life to its fullest is working on these things that limit us in life. I'm glad you found that. King said, I would have said no, I wouldn't have gotten mad later. A lot of trouble would have been so prevented. Yeah. Look, don't think you're the only one who struggles with that, Bubba. A lot of people do. That's just a not being able to say no to people is a version of it's one of the markers for low self-esteem and low self-worth, poor self-image. You actually feel like if I don't do this for these people, if I don't do what they ask of me, even though I don't want to do it or it doesn't really apply to me, that they're going to reject me. King says, my first, yeah, man, that's no big deal. I'm just breaking you up a little bit. How's your knee doing, sweetie? How's your rehab coming? King says, my first semester in college, I literally drove 30 minutes out to a far location so I didn't have to see people I went to school with, etc. Well, some people have, look, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, 98% of the time, I'm alone. I'm alone. I don't do well in bigger crowds. There's certain things that I'm aware of, certain truths. There's a lot of things I understand and I've learned over the years. That way I really don't, I can fit in any environment casually. I can go have a, I can go to a black tie event. I can go to a street concert. I can go hang out with a construction site. I can go hang out with people in a boardroom. I've, it's my desire to be alone. Mostly. I have people that I love being in the company of. My girl, I love spending time with her. Her and I love spending time together. My son, I love seeing my son. Every now and then, I get the urge to see certain people. There's people that I met online who become, lifelong friends. And Grass says, I don't even plan staying here all live stream tonight because I got stuff that needs to be done and I'm not feeling well. It's good, brother. You go whenever you need to go. Grass, you gonna jump on that membership or what? Like Mads, Lopez, Keep It Real, Quiet King. Y'all pretty regulars. Jordan, y'all can jump on that membership. I forget how much it is. It's just an option, but that would greatly help the channel, and we could start putting the membership group together. And what that would allow us to do is keep the trolls and stuff out. And I want to start launching some free one-on-ones with people, some free coaching. And I would like to do that through my membership group. People who actually contribute, who deserve the time. You're going through something, need some questions answered that you can't figure out, you're in a pinch, you're kind of stuck mentally, maybe you're having trouble dating or relationship or, anything like that, mindset. Yeah, whenever you can, brother. Hey, and let me remind you, Grass, that your presence is greatly appreciated. Your likes and your activity in my chats and all that's great. I love having you part of the community. Matt says it's pretty good. I'm having PT about every 2, 3 days. I have such a great physical therapist and pushes me to do the right amount. I probably wouldn't be as far ahead as I am now without her. Way to give her credit, but give yourself some credit too. I know people who don't even show up to physical therapy. I know people who've had serious procedures and they're like, oh, I don't need that. And they don't know what they're doing for their progress later on. I took physical therapy very seriously. Yeah, well, I think it's like $3 a month, Grass. But yeah, I got it. Got bills to pay, things to take care of. I made it very affordable for everybody. That's fine. That's fine. Nobody's obligated. Nobody's obligated. Nah, the trolls don't bother me too much. They just mess with the vibe of the channel. So I don't. I would rather have my regulars who actually come here, contribute, and get stuff out of the lives, and really like to take part in the exchange and take it seriously and bettering. Um, The trolls really coming in and kind of screw up the vibe. So yeah, look, it's no big deal. Y'all don't have to explain. It's there as an option. I just wanted to make a place. I made it super affordable for a place for the people who really come here and take this seriously and who really take themselves and their life seriously and looking to grow and level up. A place to do that without being interrupted. YouTube is a free platform, but that invites everybody into this shit. You know what I mean? And I like the focus to be on the people who show up here regularly, who actually absorb the content, participate, listen, contribute. You know what I mean? I made it super affordable. Less than a cup of gas station coffee per month. And that'll free me up in some places to do forums just for members only. And we can have certain nights where it's topics, just member topics. We'll pick from a pool of members about certain topics that want to be discussed on the lives. So it's a win-win for everybody. Yes, Mads is the youngest person on this channel. She snuck in here and was so sweet and mature. I didn't know she was under 18 till one day she said she was 17. But I didn't have the heart to boot her. I usually don't let people in under 18. And it's not a big secret. Her parents know she comes in here. So she is very mature for her age. And she's never doing silly shit. But she's very well liked by the whole community. She's a part of the team. Well, you see, Mads, what's up, Carson? You see, every night when I make these, I have a spot where I keep all the links that I put into the description, and I copy and paste. I do this every night. Put the thumbnail in. I didn't put the thumbnail tonight, but there's a spot that says, "Is this for under 18?" I say, "No, it's not for under 18." So I assume it's not visible to people under 18. There's quite a few people I booted out of here. How old are you, Jordan? Don't even tell me. Just keep it to yourself. Don't tell me. Just, just stay. I don't understand. Because I'm gonna talk about some inappropriate shit at times. Maybe that's not for a younger person's ears. I don't know. With guys, I don't really care so much, but still, with all the laws and restrictions nowadays, I don't know what's crossing a line and crossing a boundary into getting in fucking trouble. I don't want to be in trouble. What's up, Gooder? Doing good, man. How you doing? So I mean, there's some pretty explicit shit that comes up in here sometimes that we get into, and I don't want somebody's parents looking over their shoulder like, "What the fuck? What's going on here?" I get in trouble because there are kids in my. Keep it real. I'll DM you a copy of the link. Black Air Force Energy says, "Don't want to get too political, but do you agree dealing with gangs like terrorists?" I'm for it. Well, I'll tell you what. It's a good question, Air Force. In some instances, yeah. I don't necessarily have a problem with um, like neighborhoods and cliques and gangs, if you want to call it gangs. I don't really have a problem with that. It's when the gangs turn a criminal enterprise. And then there's a toxic behavior, a toxic culture that comes with these gangs. Like to make your bones, you got to go delete somebody, or you got to commit some horrific act or get involved in. I don't think there's anything wrong with big groups of people gathering among things that they have in common. Me and my dad were having this conversation today about the gentrification of New Orleans, Louisiana, where it used to be an amazing city full of culture. And we had They had its own organic segregation. And it was a way where it was the black neighborhoods and the white neighborhoods. But it was never hostile. Some areas were hostile. Some areas are hostile no matter what color you was. That was just the way it is, like the projects and shit. But even still, um, and they have a thing in New Orleans called a second line, right? I don't know if anybody's familiar with that. It's called the second line, and everybody hold your thoughts. I'm gonna be coming into the chat. Let me express this for Black Air Force, and then I'll get to the definite answer. Um, it was these second lines is actually like a funeral. It's a celebration, like a jazz funeral. Second line where everybody from the particular neighborhood that knows these people, and they walk with a brass band in front or a jazz band in front, and everybody celebrates the. This is how they mourn. This is how they celebrate death. And the thought was you threw a second line because conditions are so poor for black people way back when that they kind of celebrated them departing onto the better life. And it was a big ritual, it's a dance, it's a gathering. And this has been a New Orleans tradition as far back as I can remember. And not everybody, like you just don't go walking to somebody's second line you don't know. I don't believe in that. Or if you had no affiliations and no ties. Now, me and my dad were in the city today, and I'm seeing Vermont, Colorado, Florida, Georgia. Like I'm seeing license plates all through these old neighborhoods since, post plantation days where these places were settled. And now they got like a bunch of white people from middle America and the East Coast just coming and taking over, sucking the culture right out of the city. And they got these white chicks doing second lines, like with no fucking respect or appreciation for the culture or the purpose behind it. And the point of that being that these groups of people that have identified together and grown up and they share the culture, they share the sentiment, they share the same every day, as days in and days out. Just these people that you know and people you protect. And um, so in that sense, I don't, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a place like, and that's what these black neighborhoods would do is they'd have social clubs and everybody would take care of each other, and that's just how it was. So I mean, you could kind of consider that a gang, but the gangs I'm sure you're talking about is the I'm sure the gangs you're talking about like MS and the what do they call them? Trend Trend something. They got Bloods, Crips, GDs, like all these type of gangs. But no, if you're a foreign gang and you come try to set up shop here, I, you consider the terrorist. You consider the terrorist because you essentially are coming to terrorize. You're not coming to contribute anything. Um, I don't know. I don't have a problem with that. But like domestically, people who involved in gangs, I don't think we should send our citizens and treat them as terrorists. I think there's stiffer enough penalties in the country for gangs who run through our states and our cities here in America. I don't know that I agree with our citizens. Lopez says YouTube is sensitive. Right now, I can't make comments on shorts or video. I have a day left. I was very surprised in my first comment when I can. I am. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Goaded says, I don't mind if a kid under the age of 18 is on an adult live stream as long as their parents know they come in every day. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that because they have some sick fucks on this planet. And this is what got me shadow banned talking about this very thing. They have a certain sect of people who exist. To me, they're less than human. I don't care what anybody says about what's what. These people don't matter. They don't deserve breath. and this is my opinion, in these certain classes, people are inappropriate with kids. So, and they have these people who are very well versed on how to lure, and they don't go after kids who have, good moms and dads, who have, two parents that are aware of this child's life. And they have these people groom little kids who are definitely rejected by their families or not paid attention to, or hold on, I'm gonna finish this sentiment at four, so I'm gonna get to you in a minute. Uh, so in that sense, I think younger people are more vulnerable to these groomer types, predators. Don't think it doesn't exist. Don't think it doesn't happen. Don't think it isn't people that are in your social circle, family, or business owners, religious people. They all have, not all of them, but these people make up these places, trusted members of society do this to little kids right under the parents' noses because the parents aren't paying attention. And these sickos know how to manipulate children. And sometimes they use platforms like this to lure them in. Then it's a little friendly, oh, hey, come over here to this thing. Oh, let's talk. Oh, what's going on? Oh, your parents don't care about you. I care about you. And that's how they groom them. And they lure these underage kids in. Next thing you know, it's a done deal. And it all started on a place like this or a video game. Or this is why I kept an eye on my son. He's 21 now, so he's good on his own. But growing up, he didn't. Like these people will pose as standing members of the community and whatnot, and they'll do by any means necessary to fulfill their nasty, sick, demented, evil acts. They'll do whatever. These are very clever, very manipulative, sinister humans that don't deserve to breathe, and they're more protected than the children. Okay, that's the scary part. And if you don't believe me, go read some articles. Jordan, you don't have to answer that. It's how they're classified is where your head is, it seems. They're established in prison systems is where I would put the line. Well, and that's uh, speaking of prison systems, our prison reform system is a joke. It's not a place where people go to reform and be let back out. It's not a way of where people go to be rehabilitated. And it's an awful state of affairs in the federal and state prison systems throughout the country. Um, the federal system has cut funding for all kinds of programs. You got to remember, not everybody who goes to prison is staying in prison. A lot of those people are coming back out in society. So I know everybody's first instinct is, oh, send them to prison. Well, what is the product? What is the end? When they come back out in society, these people have done nothing but learn how to be better criminals. If you don't believe me, go look at these prison content channels, these stories of redemption. Some of these guys who were fortunate enough, who in my who have been touched by God. God, it was divine intervention in these men's lives, where they've come out, they've got a different view on things, a different view on life. But that's this is the exception, not the rule. The exceptions are the guys that go in, realize, put effort into bettering themselves, get out and actually do something and make that change. A lot of guys go right back. Recidivism rate is unreal. And what happens is these people go in, say you get some guy who has a nonviolent drug offense, he gets 20 years in prison. He was a pretty good guy. He just made some stupid mistakes and made some bad decisions. And he comes out, or he gets stuck in there because he's got to do some work on somebody else because he's in a prison gang. And well, people go in there and become so institutionalized, they come back out in society and they can't quite make the switch all the way. So they live under the prison rules in society, and that doesn't work, and they go back. And then it's just these people that reoffend, and our prison reform system is shot. It's disgusting. Like, go look up the Alabama prisons and Georgia prisons and the federal prison system and how much in disarray the crime, the murders, the cover ups. Like, there needs to be a complete retooling of the whole reform system in the United States, from the accommodations all the way up to the warden's qualifications, the guards and jailers' qualifications, because these federal prisons just cut funding. Cut, 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 cut. You don't have to do anything but have a damn GED to become a prison guard. And what do you think happens in there? How much money they make? Not much. Then you get in there with some, high roller shot call or something. Like, hey, you can bring some stuff in, make you stay worthwhile. Then they're stuck. Then they're in the middle of that. They essentially become part of the criminal organizations. It's a vicious cycle, and they don't have anything available for these men to truly go in here and get out. Some people who go to prison are not bad people. They've had some bad circumstances and made some poor choices. Doesn't mean they belong locked up behind walls the rest of their life. Not to mention the mental health system is in crisis because they don't have mental health care anymore. They just send these people to prison. And that's an unsafe environment for anybody. Like, who's qualified to deal with a mental health patient? Some schizophrenic, um, bipolar, multi personality disorder person who's committed the big M. And then what? These people get out back in society at some point? Whereas you have the class of people we just talked about that are inappropriate with the kiddos, they get protected in there and they get to come back in society and go build a bigger, stronger network of these sickos to come back in society and do it again. It's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. Uh, Mad says the exact same thing happened to my sister. She was 12, had grown men asking to meet up with her. Let's just say my mom was not happy. She did not have a social media again until she left the house. Good. I don't know why a 12-year-old needs social media to begin with. Social media is disgusting to me. I use my Instagram for brand purposes. I don't broadcast my life on there. Like, you'll never see a picture of me and my girl on there. My son and I getting some pictures because he's part of what my brand is masculinity, fatherhood, fitness, and him and I do a lot of stuff together. We in jiu-jitsu together. We work out together sometimes, and he's a man, and he's part of my life. That he's sort of a representation of me. So it's kind of proof that, and it reinforces the importance of having a strong father figure in a young man's life and young woman's life. Strong father figures are detrimental to the health of a family, of society. That's what this is all about. Grass said, I'll explain daddy issues. Okay, here we go. That's a good one, DT. I'm coming to you. Let me read this. When I was 15, my 11-year-old brother was on YouTube. He was on an adult live stream without my parents knowing. The guy started asking him weird questions. It said, let's meet up. He said, okay. There you go. This is why. This is why kids need to be looked after. Kids make bad choices coming off the seat of their pants, and they have these predatory people that look for these little kids who are unsupervised, unattended to sink their nasty, evil claws into. Whew. Don't get me started on that. This is why I'm so careful about other people's kids being here. Never got YouTube back until he was 19. Good. Air Force says, I heard if you lay a hand on these animals, that shouldn't get to breathe. It's counted as a hate crime. Yes, it is. Now you can have inmate on inmate altercations. In some places are so far gone where if you don't, the other person, they don't even write you up. You might go to the hole for a week or two, or maybe nothing happens. You get one way, he goes the other way. But if you touch one of these sick fucks, you get a hate crime on you. That's true. Jordan, yes, don't be sneaky. Don't be sneaky. I might just not let you come back, but I don't know. Jordan, definitely. I don't think you should be in here, Bubba. I'm gonna go ahead. I wish you the best, and I'm sure there's a lot of things I'm gonna say. I don't know. Let's just leave it. I'm not even gonna deal with that tonight. Why did you tell me that? Now I'm responsible for that. Let's go to DT's question. And look, guys, if you have a question or something you want me to cover immediately, throw it in the super chat or just donate to the channel. Feel free to donate. All donations are appreciated and go straight back into the channel. You can donate proportional to the value you think you've received from my message. Could be $1, could be 10, could be 50. I don't know. Your call. But DT, we're going to answer some questions. DT asks, PM, don't get banned, but explain daddy issues. So you hear that a lot, especially nowadays, but whoop, hold on. You hear that dating nowadays, right? This girl has daddy issues. Well, what that means essentially is a young lady who's grown up without a strong masculine figure in her life. Daddy issue or an abusive father. So daddy issues doesn't necessarily mean she had a bad father or had no father, even though that can be one of the meanings. It's that she did not have a strong father in her life. And she seeks the masculine guidance of an older man and from a masculine man. So the daddy issues are she hasn't had that masculine figure in her life. So she seeks that. All women seek that masculine figure. And and this is just the truth is that all women seek their fathers and other men. So in a sense, even as your romantic partner, a woman will look up to you as a strong masculine father figure. And that's perfectly normal. There's nothing weird or awkward about that. Now, what happens with girls who have daddy issues, that's usually a misguided version of what a strong masculine figure looks like in her life. So she seeks more toxic type men, where, these men come off in the beginning as in charge, direct, but as they go later on, they're very attracted and drawn to that because they've never felt that safety of what having a strong masculine male in their life feels like. So they've often mistaken this strong masculine guy. I mean, this guy who's really got issues of his own and who's usually controlling, um, domineering, abusive. They don't understand that there's a certain form of leadership and direction and strength in a man that is healthy. A certain amount of dominance, not being domineering, but being dominant, meaning you're the leader, you're the one in charge of the relationship. And girls crave this biologically. All women do. All women want the safety of a strong masculine figure in their life. That's the only way that can truly release and be in their full feminine selves, where a woman can really bask in her feminine, is if she has that strong masculine figure around where she knows she's protected. She knows she's protected and kept. So she can release the tension of worrying about being in control, worrying about making hard decisions, worrying about having to be mean to people, worried about having to reject people. It's like women don't like conflict. Women do not. Now they start shit with you, but that's not the same kind of conflict. Like you ever notice a girl will tell a guy, "Oh, I got a boyfriend," or give him the wrong number, or "Oh, I gotta wash my hair," "Oh, I gotta study." Like they very softly reject men to keep it soft and easy, as not to disturb anything, because by nature, women are the weaker sex. Women are the more vulnerable sex, and they know this. Every woman on this planet is pre-programmed with this idea that they are the weaker sex physically, because there's other attributes that women have that men don't. Um, but one of the things that do make women feel safe and fall in love, when they are safe and fall in love, that is an attribute that women are drawn to like a moth to a flame. There's nothing, when a woman feels safe in your presence, you're going to get so much more out of the experience, as if she's feeling a little unprotected and unsure of who you are and how you can handle shit. This is why it's so important to stand up to your woman. That's why it's so important to be able to say no. This is why it's so important that you stay in the lead and in charge of the relationship. You're not doing her any favors by letting her just have it her way all the time. She'll lose trust in you. She'll think that you're weak, because she's thinking, he can't stand up to me and he's supposed to protect me. I don't know about this guy. I got to see about this dude. I'm not certain he can handle it. And so, anyway, that's why they say chicks with daddy issues, uh, these women will often seek out what appears to be the strongest masculine figure. And in the onset, it looks great. It appears to be all these characteristics and attributes that they've been searching for. And they've never felt that way because she's never had a guy come into her life and take charge and be direct and lead and guide her. So on the onset, that looks good. But then as time goes on, she'll start to notice like this guy's a little too controlling, domineering. Dominant and domineering are not the same things. Domineering is a very insecure way of men controlling a relationship, not leading a relationship. There's a difference between controlling a relationship and leading a relationship. Controlling a family, leading a family. And what they look up to and look for and feel safest in is a strong leader, decision maker, problem solver, protector, provider. There's all these words that go along with, the characteristics and attributes of a masculine man. These are the things that women are drawn to by nature. They can't even explain it. They just know. They just have the feeling. I just have this feeling, and the feeling is safety and security. So chicks with daddy issues have a misguided sense of what a strong masculine figure is in her life. And that manifests itself in many unhealthy ways that go against the grain of what a healthy relationship looks like. And they also have this daddy issue aspect of daddy issues, that women who don't trust men because the absence of a father, an abusive father, um, and especially you find this with girls who grew up with single moms who do nothing but bash men and use men and have this mentality that men are pieces of shit, men can't be trusted. So this little girl grows up with this idea of what men are in her life, and now she's got issues, daddy issues, because she doesn't have a daddy, or the daddy was weak. I hope that answered your question, DT. Rep Win, what's up, brother? Yeah, absolutely. God's still guiding me every day. Eggs on RR. I'm not responsible for people online, but I don't. This is why I say I check the box for no under 18. But if you're in here, don't volunteer that shit. If you're young and you're a troll, I'm probably going to kick you anyway. If you're young and you're just kind of feeling your way, keep it to yourself. Once I know about it, I'm responsible for it. Believe me, I hate to kick anybody who's in here, You're trying, especially a young man. I feel terrible about that. Fuck. It's not my fault society's so fucked up that there's so much weird, twisted shit going on that other men can't guide young men. You know what I mean? When I was growing up, we hung out with the older crowd. We'd go, sometimes we'd go sit with the older men and chew it up and get some wisdom and some life experience. And it's almost looked at, we had mentorship from the older guys. Now, it wasn't always good mentorship, but we got to see men be men. I feel terrible. I wish the kid didn't leave. I wasn't trying to tell him to leave. I just wanted to think about it a second. Maybe if he tells his parents, it's okay. I don't know. But I don't want to be responsible for that. And once you tell me and I know about it, there's nothing I can do. I have the information. It's right here in black and white. If anything would have come back in this way, then it's on me, right? I don't want to lose another young male mind. Oh, good night, Mads. Good night, sweetie. Oh, I feel terrible about that Jordan kid. Son of a bitch. Wait, Grass, I was about to read your messages and you deleted them. What did you do that for? DT says W. All right, good. I hope I answered that clearly. What's up, Sparrow? How you doing, sweetie? But yeah, I mean, that's a part of life. This is part of why society is so backwards and upside down right now. The absence of strong male figures in the families, single parent households, and young men and women being raised by single mothers. Men and women need a strong father figure in their lives, but they give women no incentive to push that because they tell them, "Oh, you can do everything a man can do. You don't need him in your life. Matter of fact, go ahead and get yourself pregnant. If you don't want it, you can delete the pregnancy, or we'll give you money and we'll make sure he pays it." So, yeah, you don't need him. Well, in the meantime, everything's so fucked up. You got society telling men that they're trash, that they're toxic, that they don't matter. Um, hey, Christina. I had, I don't know if he was a bad dad. He wasn't around much. He's very self centered. I saw my dad today. We aren't close like me and my son. Um, uh, Let me think how to answer that. No, Repwin, I didn't see your message, brother. Let me think how to answer that, Mount Sparrow. Let me get address grass real quick. That's a bit of a long story. I don't know if we're gonna be able to address that tonight, but I'll try to circle back to it. And look, if y'all in here, you have something pressing you wanted to answer, throw it in the super chat. Well, I'll drop what I'm doing and I'll get to your topic. You'll be the focus of the chat. So Grass says, so I found another girl I like. We went on our first date, got each other's phone numbers. Should I get each other's phone numbers? Should I date her? We knew each other for about a week. I don't understand what to say. You said we got each other's phone numbers. Should I got each other's phone numbers? I don't. That's all chopped up, Grass. You're asking, should I date her? We knew each other about a week. Yeah, you can date. Go on another date. I'm not saying go get in a committed relationship. You shouldn't even be thinking about that on the first date. That's a ways out. No, brother. You know what your date is for? Date is a fun-filled opportunity for sex to happen. You go on a date to have fun, and eventually it leads to sex at some point. That's it. That's all dates are for. You know, um, and the dating phase is crucial to any relationship, to any meeting. But in the beginning, you're going to be the one doing the initiating, as it should be. You set the date, set the time, set the place. You arrange all the logistics. Try to keep it somewhere close to her place or your place. That way, if you got time to slip out and make it home, you make it home. You're not far away. You're not driving an hour to go spend some time together and kill the mood. Um, the only thing she should have to do on the date is get pretty and have fun. Look sexy and have fun. That's the only woman's job on a date. Now, obviously, she's supposed to participate in the date and be a part of. And if a girl is really into you, the date will go very easy and it'll go very well. If you got a girl who's lukewarm or uncertain about you, which is why you don't date these women, it's not going to be as fun. You're going to have to force conversations all night. She's not going to be very into what you say, and she's going to be checked out. She'll take that dinner though, but she's not going to be really engaged and involved in the date. It's going to be the. This is why you only deal with women who are into you, who are yes women. If it's a maybe, it's still a no. Don't, it's either yes or a no. There's no in between. If you ask a chick on a date and she tells you some shit, oh, I gotta see and check back, and that's a no. When a girl wants to see you and she wants to be with you, she will make it easy for you, as easy as possible. But she's not going to be the one to hold your hand and guide you through the process. You have to know what to do. You have to know how to progress and excel in the date. Hey, Tyler, thank you. She says, I'm happy to watch you a lot and wish you a good time always. Thank you, sweetie. Well, thank you. That's very nice. I'm glad you're here to watch. I'm waiting for you to run out of power. I don't know what that means. Repwin says, am I allowed to tell you how I feel about women? God gave me bad experiences, and I'm sorry if I had weird perspectives on them. First off, you don't need to fucking apologize for having your idea of things. You may have had experiences, but nothing to be ashamed of, brother. We've all had our bad experiences with that, some to a greater degree than others. But this is a place where you're safe to express that. If you want to have retool your perspective on women and relationships, I suggest you book a private consultation. But please feel free. I'll do what I can. If it gets too deep, I'll tell you it's something I can't handle on here. But yes, you're allowed to say. And who's to say it's weird? Some people's a bunch of weirdos think they're normal. I think everything's a little weird, don't you? I think weird is good. You just have a different experience. Maybe you've had some experiences that lend this perspective to itself. I don't know what it is. I mean, I can't mind read, but let's hear it. Show me something. Where's Fancy? Fancy. There she is. Hey, sweetie. What you doing? Were you taking a nap? Hmm? Hey, hey. Were you napping? What? Hmm? Where you going? Be still. Everybody Fancy says hi. All right. Now we get into some good shit. Thank you for the question, Rep Win. Finally, somebody's bringing some good stuff up. Let's get into this, fellas. We're going to skin this cat for a minute, then we're going to get off. But great fucking question, Rep Win. I'm glad you brought it here. If y'all don't know, this is what my brand is all about, helping men navigate the dating market and relationships. Anything from meeting her to having sex to having a relationship. This is what I specialize in, guys. Um, so Repwin says, because the girl I'm talking to now, I think she's ghosting. She leaves me on red a lot and barely responds to my messages. But she looks at everything I send her. Well, that's because she's got low interest, brother. A girl who's interested in you will not leave you on red, will enthusiastically respond, will enthusiastically contact and make hints that she wants to see you. She will always, and when they really like you, they'll just tell you straight up they want to see you. That's just a girl with lukewarm to low attraction for you. It's like, nah. And you got to understand, guys, girls these days, they're usually talking to multiple dudes. Um, like the saying is, no girl's ever single. She's dealing with somebody, some way, somewhere. They've always got somebody. And when a girl does that, that's basically an indicator that she has low interest. Um, and all you're going to do by keep pursuing her and keeping on messaging her, hold up now, let me tell you, all you're going to do is reinforce to her that you don't value yourself. If you keep messaging someone who shows no interest in you or low interest in you, or will actually look at your shit and not answer you, you see, the getting to know process, the dating and talking phase, if you want to call it that, it's like a tennis match. You hit the ball to her, she hits back. You hit the ball to her, she hits back. You hit to her, she hits back. That's how it works. It's just outright rude and disrespectful to not answer someone, especially if they can see that you've seen the message and just to blatantly ignore you. That's a sign of huge disrespect that no man should ever tolerate. Your attitude should always be either you're going to show up or I'm gone. Either you're going to participate in this and I'm going to notice your enthusiasm for wanting to be with me. I only want to be around people who are enthusiastic about wanting to be with me. This is what we do. This is what we work on our mindset and internalize a different idea and take on a different identity. You can rebuild your identity in yourself into the man you truly want to be. And one of these things is never settling. Um, Thank you, Tal. It says, I wish you happiness from my heart, always in your life, and work, subscribed, and made like also Instagram. Well, thank you, sweetie. Thank you for the support and for the kind words. Um, but if you're displaying behavior saying, hey, I'm going to keep trying, and if you ignore me, I'll still come around anyway. What do you think she thinks you think of yourself? She's like, oh my God, this guy must have no self respect. This guy must have no self esteem. Why would I want him? How can I genuinely take this guy seriously and he doesn't even take himself seriously? This guy he'll message me, I won't answer him, and he'll keep messaging me. Like, what that signals to women is you have no options. It signals to women you have a low self-esteem, that you have no other options. And the last thing you want to do, especially when first meeting a woman, is let her think that you don't have other options. Now, when you develop yourself into a guy who's good with the ladies and good with life and good with being social, you're going to have plenty of options. And one girl will not matter. One is not going to matter. If one girl's not answering, oh well. On to the next one who's paying attention. I'm going to go spend some time with the girl who's enthusiastically returning my text messages, which you shouldn't be texting much anyway. And here's why. Text messages are designed for logistics, for setting dates only. Now, when you're in a relationship, you get a little further along and you can play around a little bit on text. But honestly, you should be too busy during the day to have a text message thread back and forth with this girl all day long. And here's the thing, leave the fucking texting alone. Call her if you want to speak to her. Only if she's returned your call or your text. The only thing we use a text message for is to set dates. That's it. Um, hold up. We're going to stop this. I'm going to stop explaining right now to address this. Thank you, DT. He said, perfect question, PM can answer. Repwin says, I mean, it's easier for you. All right, here's where I'm losing you, brother. God actually cares more about you. You have someone. You're strong and wise, but my life has never been good. I still don't know my real parents and have a single mom. Well, I'm. I don't feel sorry for you. I was raised by a single mom. My dad and I weren't close. The man you see before you, the person I am today, is this man I created in the image of God. Of course, I'm not going to take all the credit. I'm not going to take the credit. God enabled me to become this person. But do you think it was easy? Do you think somebody said, here, Joe, here's a perfect life on a silver platter. Here's everything you ever dreamed of. You don't have to do anything. All you got to do is wake up. Bullshit. Nothing in your life is going to come easy, brother. You're a man. That's it. You're not meant to have it easy. You have to earn everything you get in this life. Men are not born. Men are made. Men are created through life, through overcoming hardship, to dealing with adversity, to making shit happen, to fighting our way to the top. Women are made. Women are born with value. It's a woman's job in her life to preserve that value. Women are born beautiful, and her chastity and her body and her femininity and her beauty and her ability to reproduce and her fertility. Um, this is what women have, that they're born with this value already. Men, we create our value. It does not come to us inherently. Now, there are men who are born into wealthy families, but don't think they got it better than you because they have money. Well, some might actually have it better financially, but these men have no character. These men have no fucking grit. There's nothing special about them. I know men like this. And guess what? They can't keep women. The women only go around them because they can milk them for money. I know guys like this who seem to have it all under control and figure out in a nice car, and the woman just using his ass. I've seen it. So here's one thing we ain't gonna do on this stream or this channel or my brand or in my presence is feel sorry for ourselves and claim that they can't. The only way you can't do something is if you don't do it. You need to change your mindset. You can be strong. You can be wise. God doesn't love you any less than he loves the next guy. That's a cop out. It's no easier for me than it is for anybody else. Everything I get, I earn, brother. Believe me. I paid for my life in blood, sweat, and tears. I grew up in a very dysfunctional fucking family, raised by a single mom, battled addiction, in and out of jail. I was, man, you just don't know the half of it, brother. Because it really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Because at any point, you could flip that switch and change directions. You're not who you're not tied to a certain identity. You're not your past. You're not even your present. You are who you're going to become. But that's up to you. Nobody else is going to do that for you. And to think it's going to be easy would be foolish. I hope it's not easy. I hope you have to face adversity and find your way out, because that's what builds your strength and develops character and self-esteem and confidence. This is where you earn your manhood. No days off for men, brother. And that's it. That's the shortcut. And I can lie to you and tell you, oh, you poor thing. Yeah, man, fuck that. What is good is that going to do you? Why not just tell you that's a choice you're making right now? And you can choose to do anything you want from this point on, from this very conversation, from this moment on into the future. You can make a choice to be a different man. Once you do that, once you make that choice and commit to that, that's it, dude. Game on. Process has begun. But that's your choice. That's your decision you got to make. Then you got to follow through with some action and work. That's what it takes. But I guarantee you, if you look back in 6 months and you haven't done anything but claim yourself to be unlucky and unloved by God, you're going to be in the same spot or worse. I guarantee you, if you come to terms with this is just how it is for me and I can do something about it and I'm going to start working in 6 months, you're going to look back and you're not going to recognize yourself. You're going to be 6 months more of what you're aiming to be rather than 6 months of going by with nothing happening. It's totally up to you. It's your decision 100% of the time. And that's why I'm here to help you. This is the whole reason I built this brand, dude. I was there. I know many men, many men. And the men I know today that I hang out with, the successful, strong men, have all had to deal with adversity. I've taken some of the scariest, anxiety ridden, fearful young men and turned them into champions with ladies. It's a decision and it's a commitment. No different than anything else. Simple in theory, but the process is hard. You got a lot of work to do, and that's okay. You should be like, let me at it. Where's the fucking work at? I'm ready to get after it like a rabid pit bull. You're already blessed. Want a win? You're already blessed. You don't even know it because you don't see it, because you don't believe that. You already are. It's just waiting for you to cash in on it. Your blessings are waiting for you to receive them. It's all there. It's all right in front of you. It's already there. It's just waiting on you to pick it up, to receive it. And the very first thing you got to do is change that narrative. If I were you, I'd go write everything you just wrote right here. I mean, it's easy for you. God cares more about you. You have some, you're strong, you're wise, but my life has never been good. I still don't know my real parents. I have a single mom. I would go rewrite that, like literally on a pen and paper. And I would write, it's as easy for me as I'm going to make it. God cares about me just as much as he does anybody. God's going to care about me to the level that I care about him. And that's how it works with God. God's not going anywhere. God never turns his back on us. We turn our backs on God. If 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 your life's not fulfilled with God, it's because you're not seeking God. God's not going to come running after you, but he's there, I promise you. And you can write in that story and that idea of yourself also. I'm strong and I'm wise. My life has not always been great, but it's going to get better from this day forward. I don't know my real parents and I don't need to know them. I'm the parent now. I'm the man that I always needed myself to be. I'm going to become the man that my younger self needed. Good. I hope you wrote all that down. I had this talk with my son today. You think we all carry something. Don't think there's a person walking around in this fucking world without some kind of monster in their head or some insecurity or some limited belief that they've got themselves convinced about themselves. And I'm not going to get into his business, but I basically told him that, hey, become the man that you needed. There's a certain part of his life, I'm not going to get in great detail about it, but that he had some absentee stuff that he needed when he needed it. And he deals with some effects from it. And I said, well, then you be the fucking thing. You be the example that your younger self needed now. That inner child's always going to live in you and be with you. Now you be the one to protect it. You protect the inner child. You support the inner child. You encourage the inner child. You cultivate a healthy self-esteem for that inner child of yours. Now, that's your job now. Parents are out of the picture. You're on your own, brother. And that's a good thing. You call the shots now. That inner child needs you more than ever. Just because you're older doesn't mean that inner child does not exist in you. And that inner child needs some attention and support and guidance and protection. But now that's going to come from you, from God to you, right? But that's a you thing, brother. That's an inside job, 100%. Josiah says, I have a good job and all man, but I basically thrown away my entire youth because now I'm going to be raising a child. I'll never be able to have any of the dreams I wanted. What the fuck does that mean? How are you going to throw your life away because you're having a child? That's ridiculous. It's a whiny ass shit. Reppin says, thanks, bro. I'm going to be back. Until then, I'll see you later. Keep grinding. Keep God's going to bless you even more. Thank you, brother. You keep it up. Go write that shit down. I'll see you when you come back tomorrow. Join that Telegram group. Oh, well, what do you want, Josiah? You want everybody to come in the chat and say, oh, I'm so sorry. You have to raise a kid. So what? How does that mean your life's over? It means you got to answer for something now. You fucking stupid. The fuck out of here. You're going to come on here and cry. I'm not even 20, but I got somebody pregnant. Should have thought about that beforehand, Chief. And anybody who's going to complain because they have a kid, golly, I feel sorry for that kid already. Fancy. She keeps disappearing. Oh, there she is. Hey, what's going on? Psst. What you doing, sweetie? Hmm? She's usually right here by my side. Well, wow, what an eventful stream tonight, huh? Got off on some good stuff. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. If you have not yet, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Remember, now I have membership. Sign up for a membership of the channel. Not only would it support the channel, it would improve the quality of the lives. So we can do members only stuff. And there'll be certain perks and benefits to being a member. One of those things is a private live streams, members only. Um, Also, if you haven't yet, go in the description, join the Telegram group. You'll get the live notifications every night. I'll put the link of the live into Telegram. You'll get the notification from Telegram. You can click the link from Telegram straight to the live stream. That way, you know I'm going live. My channel's been suppressed for the time being. Membership is way down. Not membership, attendance and membership is way down. And we want to get the channel back in the algorithm. Can we get some likes and some shares and some comments over here? And come on. What do you got to do to get some algorithm action over here? Also, when we end the stream, I asked, look at this. Bob, New Jersey, with the $5 super chat at the end of the night. Coming through like a champ. W's in the chat for Bob. Always a big contributor, brother. Hiding out in the background. In the shadows like Batman. Much appreciated, Bob. And also, if you want to book me for coaching for one-on-one, information's in the description. So, what else is I going to say? Oh, yeah. When the channel is posted in the archives and library, go in and comment on the channel. Give me some feedback on the stream. Let me know what you think. Help me get this channel out there in the algorithm, boost this channel. Again, thank you, everybody. Good night. Bob, big thanks, brother. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Grass says, oh, well, don't have much to say tonight. I'm getting tired. Got to go. The stuff done by. God bless y'all. Have a good night. Signing off. Adios. And I'll be doing the same. I'll see y'all tomorrow night.